Well, I think there's a whole raft of issues that the pharmaceutical companies are having to face at the moment, both macroeconomic factors such as legislation, patent shortening, launches maybe not being as successful as they were previously. And so with the expectation of high levels of revenue still remaining whilst cost containing at the same time, then the established brands are an area that they can really explore to hopefully optimize and maybe squeeze additional sales and revenue out of if they apply the right resources and promotional activities on the right brands. So it's important, as we'll probably cover off in other questions, around how they approach the analysis and the strategy related to their portfolio of established brands, picking the right products to support, and hopefully then increasing the revenue and return on those as they reach later life to supplement the revenue streams that may be suffering through the macroeconomy and the launch underperformance.
That's a very vast question because there are many possibilities around. So one is definitely to divest, the other one is to continue to invest. But what is more important into that case is really to do a big analysis of the actual situation of your drug, to stay focused, to make sure that you have the right insights to make a decision of what you will do with your product. So do not underestimate when choosing which way to take this analysis before engaging into the future for your product. So that, I would say, that is the most important, often forgotten a little bit, action to be taken.
I think there's a range of models that we've seen implemented by pharmaceutical companies to try to optimize their portfolio. That ranges from looking at how they resource people-based channels, so representatives, looking at shifting some of those representatives from long tenure sales teams to maybe younger service level teams that service the needs of physicians with reminders and samples and products that really keep the products fresh to mind and maybe across a broader selection of HCPs. Others have sort of chosen to divest some products and focus on a small number of established brands and invested internally with limited resource, maybe into the new digital channels, and set up complete digital promotion of established brands, again, to keep the products fresh in mind of HCPs and healthcare professionals, whilst at the same time not spending vast fortunes on promotional effort for those products. And lastly, there are models where they've decided to enable third parties to take on the complete commercialization and marketing of their established brands, almost like an arm's length arrangement where the third party can then take all the end-to-end solutions that are required from the promotional aspects of product through distribution and ultimately provide that service as a completely independent organization almost from the pharmaceutical company.
I think they need to concentrate on their strengths. Which means stay focused on the strengths of the brand, or the brand equity. What is my brand equity value today? And they should go back to very simple things, that what is the reach I can have to my physicians? How can I convey a message that is quite assumed for years and years, but repeating these kind of things through very simple things. So staying focused is one thing, not looking at the big picture on going everywhere, just saying what you need to say. I think that's the best way to approach it, to concentrate on which drug you want to work with. Choose the right capabilities to support your promotion, choose the right countries, the right place. I think that's very basics, but that needs to stay at the same time, at the same moment. It's very important for now to succeed in this space.
Well, without doubt, the artificial intelligence solutions that are being developed by a very broad range of companies to enhance the go-to-market, whether that's content creation or management, through to enabling their resources in the field to be more effective and productive. So that's an area that everybody's looking at, and most maybe are not that far along the journey, maybe piloting different ideas, but it's certainly an area that we are interested in and working on as well, both for our own teams of representatives, but also for those which we provide to our customers. So that's a clear area. And we held a workshop today with established brands, and it was really interesting to see that the challenges that we are identifying are really the right message, because the interest in the workshop was really good, and I think we provoked quite a lot of interest and questioning from that, which we hope to be able to follow up with our customers to support them in their needs.
No, I think there's no one size fits all in this. I mean, this is something that strikes me, that even in the workshop we had a lot of comments on proposition coming from the attendees, and that was really useful, because I mean, I haven't thought about it before, and I say, wow, that's not a bad idea to consider broader and more differently. I mean, you cannot see at established brand promotion only at the marketing and sales kind of approach. I mean, this goes far beyond this kind of thing. You have to consider distribution, you have to consider some other channels like this, and it's quite becoming very complex over time. So there's no one size fits all, definitely not.
Yeah, I would say challenges, there are lots of challenges, but there's also lots of opportunities, I think. And that is something where we got confirmation in our workshop and in the discussions that we had. I mean, we have globally $300 billion worth established brand sales. It's around 41% of the total global pharma sales is in established brands. So there's a huge opportunity. And the biggest challenge is obviously for the companies. They want to launch products, they need to reallocate their investments. So they need to be very, very smart in what they want to do with the established brands. And we see obviously different solutions depending on what is the company's strategy. So we are seeing 4 main leverage points. The first one is keep your sales going with smart resource allocation. The second one is basically reduce complexity by really making sure you are not keep on selling brands that are not providing any value to the HCPs and to the patients. And the third one, need to make sure that you spend your resources, your operational spend, but also your cross to net investment in a smart way. So this is really where we see also companies investing a lot of effort on, also using external partners basically to help them do that, which is again an element of complexity reduction. I wouldn't say, you cannot say, is it a mistake? I mean, a mistake would be not to thoroughly analyze your options before you deprioritize. Often it is sort of, okay, we have a new product to launch in this area, let's shift the resources because everybody gets so eager to make the new brand growing. But then when they start shifting resources, they see, oh, now all of a sudden we use a lot with the established product in that area. So I think need to make really conscious decisions and then choosing what is the right time. I mean, eventually you have to sort of shift some investments. It doesn't make sense to keep up a very high investment level for all the time. So, but deprioritization and shifting of resources need to be done at the right time and with the right analysis behind it. And strategic choices by the company depends, do they have a new portfolio or not? I mean, there is companies that are growing with established brands for a long time after loss of exclusivity, double digit, generating value. So it's just the choices that the companies are making, where to invest and where to put their efforts. I mean, I have to say I worked for more than 20 years in the industry, in the pharma industry, managing established brands. Then I joined IQVIA a couple of years ago, and what I find is it's for me like really paradise. I can leverage the data that we have to help clients. So we can analyze, for example, promotion sensitivity. We have a lot of benchmark information, how investment is linked to sales returns. We can analyze HCP preferences. Are they responding to digital investment? Can you shift resources from field force to digital or not? And we also have the capabilities to help clients to execute. So we have our contract sales force, we have digital marketing capabilities we even do creative, we have medical experts. So basically for me now working in IQVIA is really I can leverage a lot more resources and insights than what I had when working in the pharma industry.